Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Go Call Your Sister. Hi, Alli. It's so good to see your face today.
Hi, Bird. It's so good to see your face and your hair. It's so glam. What is the occasion?
So I have a
Besides
big,
podcast recording, obviously.
obviously. Other than that, I do have a big event this weekend, which is really crazy, but I'm going to Hinge Man's brother's wedding this weekend. I'm leaving tomorrow and driving to Temecula area where he's from. And when I first heard the word Temecula, it was like in his Hinge profile is where he was from. I was like, what land is that? Like, what country is that? It's just such a crazy word, but Temecula is actually just the wine country, like outside of San Diego. It's about an hour away. And I went and got a blowout today. If you're watching on the YouTube, you can see it in full glory for the wedding because I want to, strut my stuff.
Wow. Okay. So you'll be meeting his whole family.
Yes. So I've only met his sister and her boyfriend, which is a really pivotal part of the story because Hinge Man is the best man. His sister is also in the wedding. So thank God I met this boyfriend because he was really cool. We went to dinner like a couple weeks ago with the two of them. And me and him are pretty much going to be together for like the entirety of the wedding because both of our significant others are in the wedding, actively participating. I couldn't imagine like if I didn't know this man and I was just going to the wedding, like it is a huge deal. I'm meeting his entire family. I think I'm going to meet them all like tomorrow before the actual wedding. So thank God for that. But it will be my first time. Like, and it's not just his family, it's like his whole extended family, his grandmother, like everyone is there. And I feel like I should be more nervous about it than I am, but I'm just trying to go into it with like an open mind and like just be chill because I feel like I was so nervous to meet his sister, honestly. I was freaking out. And I think that the reason I was nervous is because like I am a sister. So I understand like the importance that a sister's judgment carries, almost like more so than the parents, I feel like, because a sister can really tell it to you straight. And I'm trying to be less nervous for the wedding because I feel like when I met her, I was really nervous and it kind of like came through in the beginning and I was like not able to be my full self. So I'm trying to go into it just like really calm
What do you mean?
and
Like you were
centered.
holding back?
Like I was just like being kind of shy and like I am not
Were you
shy.
being weird? Were you being weird?
I no, I wasn't being weird. I don't think, but he told her that like she could tell I was a little bit nervous and I was. Like I was just kind of being like more quiet and like that is not my personality and I don't want people to meet me and be like she's really sweet, she's quiet because I'm not quiet, you know?
What? Wait, so the wedding's on a Monday.
Yeah, the wedding's on a Monday, which is kind of interesting and there was actually a debacle um leading up to the wedding. So Hingeman is just very chill, like his personality. He's very laid back, like
Wait,
go
is
with
your blowout going to last that long?
well, I hope so because they aren't open on Sunday. The salon. I was like, hey, I'm in a wedding. Like, I'm going to a wedding on Monday. They're like, we aren't open on Sunday, and I have to be there on Sunday. So at least it'll be
Mhm.
like fresh ish tomorrow, and I'm gonna
Yeah, I
sleep in
have like
my
a 2-day expiration date on blowouts.
yeah. Luckily, my extensions does hold a blowout really nicely. But that was kind of the only option I had for that. But back to the dress debacle. So I was asking Hingeman, like, okay, this is a
Oh
Monday
my God,
wedding.
yes. I love this
It's
story.
outside. Like, what the fuck do I wear? And he was like, I don't know. It's like chill. Like, just wear whatever. Like, you'll look beautiful. Like, just wear like whatever. And I was like, no, like, I need like the dress code. Like, what's the dress code? He didn't know it. So I knew Lee a bunch of dresses. And in my mind, he's saying it's chill. It's on a Monday. So I'm thinking like more casual, not super nice. 2 weeks ago, I'm with Hingeman at my house and we discovered there's a wedding website. And I'm like, how did you not know there was a wedding website? And on the wedding website, it
Because he's a
says,
boy.
because he's
Because
a
he's a
boy,
boy.
yeah. It says black tie optional, which none of my dresses except for one would have been considered black tie optional because I was going the more casual route. The one that I got was probably most considered black tie optional was this really pretty green long sleeve like silk long dress. And I was like, okay, well at least I have that. Followed by the black tie optional is please refrain from wearing green as that is what the bridal party will be wearing. So I was like, perfect. Like none of my dresses work. what am I going to do? And luckily, I had enough time. I got a really pretty dress from Hello Molly, which is one of my favorite brands for like formal attire. And it's honestly like my dream dress. Like if I had to go like meet an entire family and go to a wedding, I'd want to wear this dress. So in a way, it kind of worked out. But yeah, there was some stress.
Well, you have to talk about the prank.
The prank. Yeah. So this whole dress debacle goes down right before I leave for Nashville. So I'm like, okay, like I guess I'll just like order a new dress, like, wasted all my Newly pics, but like whatever. And I am with Alli and I was like in a very pranky mood when I was in Nashville. Like I'm always kind of in a pranky mood. I would say I'm would be considered like kind of a prankster. Sounds kind of cringe saying that, but like I love a good prank. And so I was joking with Alli and I was like, oh my gosh, what if I sent Hinge Man this like really out of pocket, like crazy as fuck dress and tell him that
Wait,
I ordered it for the wedding?
pause. If you want to see how deep Bird's pranking goes, you need to look up Gracie Graduate on TikTok, and that will tell you all that you need to know.
Yeah,
Continue.
I did pull an epic prank on Perry. If you're curious, go search that. But and that's why I can't prank Perry anymore for the rest
Which
of my life.
honestly, I'm shocked that she's still friends with you. But
Honestly,
anywho,
same.
the
It was
dress.
it was yeah, the dress. So I'm like, I'm gonna send him in a really out of pocket dress and be like, I ordered this for the wedding. Like, what do you think about it? And so Alli and I are in the car, we're like running errands, we're scheming. I find this dress, it's like Fashion Nova, net, like the whole side is see-through, like it's like net all the way up. Like it's just like basically your nude.
Well, it
And it
has
was
these like silver buttons that are like spaced out so you can still see the skin in between, and they're like silver heart buttons.
rhinestone hearts. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy. And so I sent him a picture and I'm like, or I text him like, hey, I like actually found my wedding dress. Like, do you want to see it? And he was like, yeah, like send it to me. I send him this screenshot of this dress and I like add in, I just really like love the heart buttons to try to make it like more
And
believable.
and you know these models, like the ones that you see on Amazon, like they're very voluptuous, like
Hmm. Yeah,
extreme hourglass.
it was a curvy, beautiful model. But I text him, I'm like, I think it won't look this like, revealing on me because I'm a little like she's a little bit more thick than I am, the model. So I think it'll be good. And I'm like waiting for his reply. He's golfing or something. And then he finally replies and he was like, so hot. Love it. And I couldn't really tell if he knew I was kidding. I think I could have toned it down like slightly and it would have been a little bit more believable. But we kind of like went back and forth about it. And
Yeah, we
then
made
I
the
think,
mistake of going too hard.
yeah, I went like too hard. I should have gone like just slightly absurd, but like, where a boy couldn't tell. But I think he kind of caught on and I ended up sending him the dress that I actually
Well,
got.
he
So
probably knows that you're pranking him because you prank him literally every day.
I don't prank him every day. I did do the prank recently. If you guys have seen it on
You told
TikTok.
him that you had a dowry.
Yeah. I did. I told him one time that if you marry someone from Mississippi, you have to pay a dowry. And I was like, it's just like a traditional Mississippi thing. Like, you'd give the dad like a Rolex or like a piece of land. And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, I know. It's just like, you've never dated someone from Mississippi. Like, I'm just trying to fill you in on my culture. And then I also pulled the prank on him where I told him that I had gotten an influencer
Wait, wait,
trip
wait.
with.
Before you move on from the dowry, you let this play on for like 2 months.
It did play on for a while, yeah. But like he knows it's a joke. Like he knows it's not actually happening. Yeah, the dowry prank went on for a little bit, and then I promptly moved on to a new prank that I saw on TikTok, which is girls telling their boyfriends that they got an influencer trip with ExxonMobil to go underwater oil rigging. And I should have videoed it, but like I was alone when I did it. Like I didn't have another camera and I was using my phone. But I called this man and I was like, hey, I have a brand deal I want to run by you. It's like a brand trip. And I said, ExxonMobil, like, have you ever heard of that? And he was like, yes, I've heard of ExxonMobil. And I told him that they had contacted me about a brand trip where they were going to fly me out to Texas and take me underwater oil rigging for $20,000. And
Are
he was
oil rigs
like,
underwater?
I don't know, like underwater welding. That was like the whole, I don't know anything about oil rigging. So like I
I
was
feel
just
like oil
following,
rigs are on top of the water. I don't know either.
yeah,
Continue.
I was following what was going on TikTok. And he was like, oh, wow, like why would they bring people out for that or something? And I was like, just like to show like, influencers, doing this job they wouldn't normally do and like to, I guess, build appreciation. And I was like, it's 20 grand. So like, I don't know. And he was like, I'll go. He was like, I'll go with you. And so that was my last few pranks. And luckily, everything was resolved, and I found a beautiful dress, and I'm excited. But like, I think as it gets closer, I'm getting a little bit nervous, and I don't want to be nervous because I don't want to be weird.
Well, maybe just be your little prankster self and pull one over on the whole fam.
No, it's like I pranked the whole family. I'm like, haha, gotcha. They're gonna be like, what the hell is wrong
Who
with this
is
girl?
this
Also,
psycho?
Hinge Man
Wait, what
is
if you just acted so weird, like such a weirdo, and then at the end you're like, "Just kidding, that wasn't
just
me."
kidding. I'm normal. Like, oh my God. Hinge Man's also the best man, like I said. So he'll be giving a speech. And I would say that speeches fall in the line for me of like singing because it's a performance kind of. And I'm like really nervous for him. He's really nervous about the speech because he's like, if you met him, he's not someone who's like, you know, yeah, I'm gonna get up there and give a speech. Like, let's run it. Like, he's just like really laid back. And so he's nervous about the speech. And so by default, I've gotten really nervous about the speech. And I'm gonna have to sit there in the crowd while he does the speech. So like I'm already preparing for that as well.
Are you gonna speak at my wedding?
100%. But like I am the kind of person who like if you said you're gonna speak, I'd be like, yeah, like I will speak. I'll be
But are you
excited.
gonna watch other people speak and be embarrassed for them?
Well, who else would speak at your wedding who I would be embarrassed by?
I don't know.
Like I feel like the best man, the maid of honor, like gives speeches. I don't know. Like, I've never been in a wedding. Like I'm entering wedding season, and I've never even really attended a wedding. Like I've only been like one or two other weddings in my life.
I don't even know if I'll have speeches, but I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, let me know so I can start drafting some
I'm gonna
stuff
have
up
a
in my
very
notes.
non-traditional
Yeah, I
wedding.
am like diving headfirst into wedding season. I have multiple friends that have just gotten engaged. I think I'm starting to see the first glimpse of like wedding season in my life. And I think my friend group from college, it'll be like a lot of people getting married right now, and there's going to be like a break, and then like a lot of people getting married later. And I feel like I probably will be on the later train since I am just now starting a relationship. And I really hope all these girls are not pregnant when it comes time for me to get married because like I want everyone at the bachelorette popping their shit. And how are they going to do that when they're all like wifed up and having children? You know?
Yeah, they really should talk to you before they attempt to get pregnant.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. But anyways, that's kind of my update. So I got my hair done. I'm excited. I don't know if maybe like I'll even post a picture of him. I don't know. Like maybe we'll take a picture
Really?
and I might because like the people are begging for a hard launch. Like we celebrated my birthday on March 7th. We did like a fake birthday similar to when we did fake New Year's Eve. And he surprised me with a pasta making class, which was so cute. We like made our own pasta. He didn't know that I'd actually previously done this in Italy. So like I am really good at kneading the dough because we did it
Well, we did
together.
it. We did it together. We did it. Honestly, it was the highlight of the trip, I think.
Yeah, that was amazing. And then I did it again before I left Italy. So like I can make some fucking dough. Like I can knead it. I can get it to like good consistency. And the teacher man, honestly, I think he might have had something against Hinge Man, but like he came over and he felt my dough and he was like, really good. And then he felt his and he was like, not quite. I was like, yeah, that was really fun. We celebrated my birthday and I posted some like little stories, of like date night, like haha, and like his like shoulders in it. And everyone was like, who is this man? Post his face. And I'm like, maybe.
We haven't even said his name. And when I accidentally do say his name, you make me cut it out.
Yeah, I know. I'm just keeping it kind of like to myself more. And when the time comes and I'm ready to hard launch, like I will hard launch, but I'm just, taking it one step at a time. But maybe I'll hard launch at the wedding. Like maybe we'll take some sleigh
Yeah.
photos. He's going to be in his little tux. I'm going to be in my amazing dress, and that could be it. But we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. We will see.
So I see that you are still in Nashville. And you're not in Miami or Chicago. Not to rub it in. But can you
Um,
tell us what has happened to you?
Speaking of wasted newly spots, let me tell you about my Rent the Runway that has been sitting by our front door for the past few days because I don't want to open it because it's all my Miami outfits and it would make me really sad. So,
Yeah.
not better at all. But Yeah, we were supposed to go to Miami this week, as I mentioned, but that fell through again because honestly, Mario's business has gotten so busy. Like, I don't know what happened, but like the day we got the puppy, his business just started booming. Like, he literally had to go out of town the day after we got Goldie for like
The universe
7 days.
said the universe said, "Oh, you're like chaotic. Let me try."
Yeah, hold my beer. So he has just been working. He worked today on a Saturday. Like it's been great. Like it's a good problem, but it's just like very, very busy. And so it's caused us to kind of put some things on hold. And also because of the fact we are going to be gone we're going to be gone the entire end of March. We have a trip to New York planned for his birthday. And then from there, I fly to St. John for my friend Lindsay's wedding, speaking of wedding season. And then I fly back to New York to spend Easter weekend with him there. So we're going to be gone for like almost 2 weeks. So
Where is
we are
Goldie going during all of this? Like now that you have a child, like where is she going to be?
we have someone coming to house sit and stay with Goldie. So she will
Okay.
be well taken care of.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so anyway, trip to Miami fell through, and then we were supposed to go to Chicago because Mario needed to go for work, and then that fell through because he needed to be here for work. So, we're just really embracing rainy, cloudy Nashville.
Yeah. Oh, that hurts me to hear, especially because I'm looking out at the pool right now, and
Okay,
it's
okay,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
You know.
I did break
Um,
down and go to the tanning bed this week.
well, we talk about that all the time. Like, tanning bed, like, don't do it every day, but like, if you need to go for your mental health, like, you need to go. Like, I
My
mean, I
mental
have
health
heard,
was most important, and honestly, I need to get a base tan for St. John.
yeah, literally, it's preventative. It's saving you from getting burnt there. And I've even heard doctors like say that, a little time in the UV bed is not bad. And I believe that.
Kim Kardashian has one in her office for her psoriasis, so
Oh, yeah. When I saw that, I was like, game over. Like,
but it has given me time to settle in here and get into planning mode for his birthday trip to New York. So I've been making reservations, buying tickets. We're going to see The Lion King on Broadway. We're going to a spa one day. So I've really been able to plan that out. But also it's a loose itinerary because I am leaving room for surprises. So
yeah, I'm really proud of you. That's really growth, honestly. Yeah, I'm proud of you for keeping the loose I 10. Bless you. Um, I've also been, bless you again.
wow.
I feel that though, and I think that like even though, you're bummed about your trips being canceled, it is nice to appreciate being at home. I know I'm saying that and like you are at home, but I have been on the go so much, like Nashville, Vegas, and then we ended up going to LA this week to see Aaliyah and Delilah. And I just like been on the go so much. Like nothing sounds better to me than being at home. Literally last night, Perry invited me to go out to dinner with her and her sister who's in town visiting. And I had to decline because I got in bed at 6:14
Well, we are on
p.m.
opposite ends of the spectrum because I have not left the city of Nashville since Christmas, like New Year's, because we were in Franklin. But yeah, and it's such a weird place for me to be in because we were, on the go for so much of last year, like starting in May of last year, like nonstop travel. So it has been very weird to settle in and be home, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, I felt that way too last year, like moving to San Diego after traveling so much. Like I felt like discontent a lot of the time because I was like, I want to be gone. And then when I travel and I'm gone, I'm like, I just want to be at home. So like, it's a balance.
Yeah. But I'm really going to appreciate being in New York. That is for sure. And honestly, something happened this morning that made me so furious. I felt like such a Karen, but I honestly do not care. So it's been a week of just like rain and, like I said, I'm pretty gloomy, bummed out about, being here, honestly. And I was really looking forward to this yoga class I was going to go to. And so I was telling Mario about it. It was all about like releasing emotions stored up in your body. And I feel like I've got a lot of emotions stored up in my body from the past few days and was really looking forward to going. I get stuck behind a train, which is right by the yoga studio as I'm going, and it causes me to be approximately 4 minutes late. So I get to the class. Also, there's no parking at this studio. It's like strictly street parking. So I get to this
Mhm.
class. I'm 4 minutes late. The door is locked, and there's this sheer curtain over the like, it's a glass door with a sheer curtain, so I can see inside, and the people inside can see outside. So I try to open the door, and like everyone in the class turns to me, including the teacher, and she just laughs and keeps teaching. And I'm 4 minutes late for this class. 4 minutes. And I had my yoga mat. So like
What?
clearly I was coming to take class. I wasn't just some rando like trying to get in. And she did not even acknowledge my presence, just kept teaching. And I stood there for a couple minutes thinking she would like come to the door and at least be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, we've already gotten started." Nothing.
Oh my god.
How
That's
fucking
horrible.
rude. I know. So I sent an email to the studio like as soon as I got to my car. I was so pissed. And it was raining, so I had to walk through the rain to get there.
Damn. I feel like most teachers like give like, a 5 to 10-minute grace period. Like,
Yes.
I mean,
And
I've
in
never
the
been to a
email,
class where it kicks off right on time.
well, in the email, I was like, I understand wanting to start on time, but considering that you're located next to a train track and you have no dedicated parking, there should be some understanding on your end as well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
literally.
see if they email me back yet because I'm furious. But
That's so annoying.
it all worked out because I was able to go to PVolve and take my favorite instructor's class, and I saw a new friend there. So it was actually fine. But in the moment, I was so livid. And I called mom and I was like, "Mom, would you ever do this to someone, like to a student?" And she said, "Absolutely not. Like, you don't know if that's like their 1 hour of peace that they're going to get that day. Like, it's okay if they're a few minutes late. I would never lock the door before, 10 minutes into class."
Yeah, and to like laugh at you, that's so rude.
I know.
That's really belittling. Like I hate that for you.
I know. And then I started looking into this teacher on Instagram because I was so furious. And she's like this stupid, like feminist, like professor. And I wanted to be like, how about you be a feminist and help the girl out who's standing outside?
Yeah.
And it makes me mad because I feel like this is where I get a little bit disillusioned with the wellness movement because you have these people that, are on this pedestal of like wellness instructors, yoga teachers, like all these people that are supposed to be like super mindful and enlightened, but then they're the ones that are being assholes. Like,
Yeah.
I know you're like trying to hold space for the class, but like, how about you hold space for the people that got stuck behind the train? It's just annoying. It's really
That's
annoying to me.
that's so annoying. I honestly felt the same thing that happened to me last week. I was on my way to F45 and a car, like 3 cars in front of me while I'm driving there, decides to just like, get in a huge wreck. And like luckily I wasn't near the car, so I wasn't affected. There's a wreck and then everyone has to stop because the cars are all, wrecked.
Were they okay?
And
I'm sure they
you know,
didn't
ev-
decide to get in a wreck.
everyone was fine. Everyone's fine, but
Okay.
like it just blocked all the traffic. So I watched the time on my maps go from like 12 minutes and I was already going to be like slightly late to F45, but they have like a big like, warm up in the beginning and like intro to the class. So it was fine. I was stuck in an hour and 10-minute traffic where I was supposed to be 12 minutes because there was a wreck and I missed my class and I was like, it's just frustrating. Like you map out your day around a schedule. And I've noticed this about myself, like as I've aged, I've become more and more inclined to like schedule and planning. So I used to be like, whatever, like anytime. But like now you really do map out your day when you have stuff going on around like when can I work out? When can I go like move my body? And when it gets thrown off, like it really is disheartening. So I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, and I was just like really looking forward to it because I had all this, tension built up from the week. And anyway, it was fine. But that brings me to my next point. Have you ever sent an email like in the heat of the moment or like a text or like a DM about something? Like our brother used to do this for restaurant reviews. Like he would
Oh
like
yeah.
review restaurants.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely have for sure. I worked with a brand, you know the story. Like, I don't even know if should I name drop the brand?
Yeah, why not?
I don't give a fuck. I worked with Alice and Olivia this past Christmas, like around December. And they had like, promised this like huge event. Like it was just, it was just like a very misleading. Like they basically just like wanted to put my name on something to get people there, but like had made it seem like I was gonna be throwing this huge event and hosting this like party for them and like it was gonna be my choice and like whatever I wanted to do, they do it. And then like they just completely dropped the ball. Like nothing they said followed through. And I did the event. It was horrible. Actually, Hinge Man came and saved me from the event. He walked in and was like, "We have to go." Like, and then we went to a speakeasy and got drinks, and I think I cried a little. Because I was just sad, like to put my name on something that was such a flop. And I ended up they actually I waited because you and mom told me to like hold off on emailing them unless they reached out. They didn't reach out for like 2 or 3 weeks. And then they reached out about working together again. And I sent them, I think I was in Europe at the time, like the most unhinged email because I was really tired, like sleep deprived from the plane.
Well, I
And I was
edited
like,
it. I had to edit it for you.
exactly, that's how unhinged it was. So it wasn't like in the moment, but like I was pissed. And I mean, I think they got the message, but that was like most Karen thing I've done lately. And I do think that it was deserved,
I don't
honestly.
even think it's a Karen thing. I just think that it's like a stick up for yourself thing. And I think past versions of myself would not probably like have reached out or recommended reaching out, in your case. But now I'm just like, stick up for yourself. Like, why not? Like, you know what? If something happened to you or something's bothering you, like, speak up. No one else is going to do it for you.
Yeah, I feel like in the last few years, I've really learned that and like how to stick up for myself because, being on social media, like, I got canceled that one time and I went through a really horrible period of time where like I was just being shit on and like I thought like, just be quiet, like, let it pass, like, do this. And even when like people in my life, like people not treating me well, just, be the bigger person, whatever. Sometimes you need to like fucking stand up for yourself. Like sometimes you need to put the hammer down and be like, no, like you're not going to walk on me. You're not going to be rude to me. Like I
You're
think
not
that
going to keep
is,
me out of this yoga class.
you're not going to kick me out of this yoga class. Like, and I think that, over time you learn how to stand up for yourself because you just start to give like less and less of a fuck about what people think. And,
Yeah.
people should know because there are a lot of Karens out there and they will let you know when they're unhappy. So it's like, why can't you?
Totally. I think that's my challenge to everyone listening to this. This week, find a way to stick up for yourself. Like, don't go
Be a
out of your way
Karen
to
this week.
don't go
Yeah.
out of your way to like create a situation, but like if someone says something to you that's fucking rude, like speak up. Or if something happens to you, send the email. Like just do it.
Yeah, especially in like friendships, that's where I struggled a lot of the time was like,
Yeah.
people not, treating you the way that you deserve to be treated or, being disrespectful. And I think it's really hard for people. I talk to a lot of like, our younger cousins are in college and like younger people who reach out to me and about situations or like just hearing about things. And, it's like, well, my friend's being a bitch and like, I don't know what to do. Okay, leave them. Like, I think in the moment it feels so important because you're like, oh, well, these are my friends that we have history with them. But like, you really deserve to be treated well by all the people in your life. And, the energy of your friends is so important to like your energy. So
Mhm.
that's one thing. I think if I could go back and tell myself something in like college and high school, I'd be like, stand the fuck up for yourself because it's not worth being around people who are just like sucking the energy out of you.
No, no. And I think that personally, I've done a really good job of surrounding myself with friends that we just don't have time for the bullshit. Like, if something happens, we'll say something and move on. Like,
Hmm.
it's not a thing. Like, there's no side drama or like, I mean, I've had conversations with friends. I've had to call them and say, like, hey, this is not cool. Or like, this really bothered me and vice versa. And then you say your piece and you move on. And life is so much easier.
Yeah, I totally feel that. I was having this conversation the other day because we were talking about people who are passive aggressive, which is one of my least favorite qualities about people is when they're like so painfully passive aggressive. And I would rather someone just be a complete bitch to my face and like
Same.
straight up tell me what's going on rather than like beating around the bush and just being like, haha, yeah. Like that is like, oh my gosh, it makes me mad just talking about it. I hate when people are passive
Same.
aggressive.
I feel my blood pressure rising because this one hits so hard because I worked for extremely, extremely passive aggressive bosses for way too long. And it just wears on you and wears on you and wears on you until you break and you just have to walk away.
Yeah, like I would rather you look me in the eye and say, I'm pissed at you about this and you did this, or my feelings are hurt about this, and then we can resolve it rather than just going for weeks, just being like, I'm fine. Like, it's fine.
Also,
Like,
it's so immature. Like, if you're a grown ass woman being passive aggressive, like, grow the fuck up and say what you mean.
yeah, it's hard because, like, even me, like, I struggle with this, I think, more than you, but like being direct and being honest and being like, this hurt my feelings. I didn't appreciate that. But it is so much better than just like, being passive aggressive and then like eventually it kind of blows over. because then they might do it again.
Mhm. Yeah. I've been on my own journey, I think, with directness because I was born that way. I was direct as a child, and I think that with cultural programming, you're told to like not be direct and just like put a smile on and make other people feel comfortable and good. And I had to, unlearn that. And then also working for people that were really passive aggressive, like that also affected me. And I found myself not saying what I meant and not speaking up. And now I'm kind of coming back into that, I would say,
Mm-hmm,
of being able
totally.
to kind of voice what I think and stick up for myself.
Yeah, I actually had a like really pivotal experience the other day sticking up for myself because I went and got my nails done and hated it. Like hated it so
Oh,
much. And like
God.
I hate sitting through getting my nails done. It is so painful for me. Like I wish I could just like, put myself in a coma and wake up and my nails would be done and I could just like, get out of there. I don't want to talk to you. Like I just want to, relax. Got my nails done the other day and like the guy doing it was really weird. Like when I first walked in, he was like, "You have a beautiful body." And I was like, fuck off.
Look
Okay.
at my nails.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm here for nails. I'm not here for a body assessment. And then he proceeded to ask me because I wear a ring on my ring finger, which has never been an issue until recently. Like I've had this ring since I was 18. I'm left-handed, so like I just don't look at my right hand. I've always worn it on my left hand ring finger. And he looked at it and he was like, because and now as I've gotten older, people are like, "Oh, are you married? Are you married? Are you married?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not married." And he looked at it and he goes, "No diamond, boyfriend?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like pretty much. I have a boyfriend." He goes, "Ah, how old are you?" And I was like, 24. And he said, "Ah, old to not be married." I was like, "What is happening here?" So he already pissed me off. And he goes, "My daughter's married. She's 23, but she's really short." I was like, "Okay, like I don't care." And so Artie was really agitated. He did my nails and they just looked like fucking bad. Like it looked like I had a friend who was like trying to get into nail tech school and she was like practicing at her house and like she wanted to try it out. And if she would have done it, I would have been like, "You know what? You did a good job." But like I'm paying, I'm at a nail salon. It should be good. And so I had to
Right.
like, you know, after it was done, tell him and like the entire staff because everyone came over when I started telling him this, which was so because they're like, "Let me see, let me see." And I was just like, "Guys, like, look at with your eyes. This looks bad. Like this is not right. Like it's uneven. My finger's bleeding. Like this is not good." And so they like brought in a different girl and she did it. But that was like really, really hard for me to say.
That's one thing I do not struggle with like beauty and services that I'm paying for. Also with food and drink too. Like I am not afraid to be like, I hate this drink. Can you bring me another one? But
Oh,
like
I'm
if
like,
my
"It's
nails
so
are
good.
bad,
I'll drink it."
oh hell no. If my nails or hair are bad, I'm definitely going back and letting them know. Like when and I went to get manicures, I think it was a couple months ago, and same, like they did a horrible job of my nails. There was like dust in the gel, like it just looked bad. And I was like, Win, I'm sorry, but like I'm gonna have to tell them that this is not good. And Win was so embarrassed he left. He did not wait on me. He was like, I can't stay for this.
I know. I'm that way too. Like I have such a hard time. I got my hair done one time in San Diego. This is why I like don't get my hair done out here because I went one time. She did such a horrible job. I left with basically a purple bob. And instead of telling her that I hated it, I just blocked the entire salon on Instagram. I was like, ah. And then I flew home and Sarah Kate fixed it. But like I do have a hard time with that because it's like, they just worked so hard and then you're like,
Yeah, but
how'd
you're
you go?
also paying so much money, like especially
I
for
know.
hair.
I know, it's so true.
It's painful.
It is painful.
I think that's one
Well,
of the worst feelings. Top 5 worst feelings is being unhappy with your hair.
I know, because like hair, nails, like you sit through like these long services, you're dedicating a lot of time,
Yeah.
and you want it to look good. You don't want to do it again. That's the thing. Like you do not want to go back in. But like you've gotten your hair done, like gotten it fixed like 3 or 4 times. Which I don't know
Oh,
how you have
yeah.
the bandwidth to do that.
Well, if you're paying for it, I mean, the time thing is real too. Like, I hate to sit for extra time with my nails or hair. Hate it.
Yeah, I do too.
I've been
And like
struggling with
I
manicures recently because I'm just like, I want to get out of there so bad. I wish there was just like a car wash or something that you could just like run your hands through and then your nails were done.
Well, I was telling Hinge Man, like, I really want to get my nails redone before the wedding because they're Vegas pink chrome. And I don't know, like, I feel like I should get something a little bit more classy before the wedding, but like, this is my personality. So I don't know. And I was like, I don't know, like, I might go get my nails done again. I don't know if I I have the bandwidth to sit through it. And he helped me come up with this like whole comprehensive plan. I was like, we're gonna put headphones on when I go in. I'm gonna like get my phone and say, I'm on a work call. Like, sorry, I'm listening into a work call. And like just sit in silence. Cause what takes forever when I get my nails done is I get like in these deep conversations with the nail tech. And I'm
Ugh,
like
the
the one I
worst.
just went to last week, I know all about her sons, everyone they've married, their whole family background, their cultural heritage. Like I'm tired. My social battery's drained.
There needs
Uh,
to be a nail salon that's called like Silent Nails or
I
something.
was
There's
thinking
like
about that. I was
no
literally thinking about that. I'm like,
conversation.
I would invest, honestly, like with my own personal money. If someone said, I'm going to make a silent nails, I'd be like, I'm there. Like, it's a nail salon. No one speaks. Like, there's no music, there's no movies playing. Like, you just go and sit in silence because, like, that's
Or
what I
someone
need.
invent an app, like a booking app, where you can choose like no talking, yes talking, like open to conversation, definitely not open.
Yeah. Like, that's how you do it on Uber.
Yeah, like Mind Body, Vigaro, they need to be integrating that into their services.
Yeah. This is $1 million ideas right here. Take it and run.
Okay, so speaking of things that I am into, things that I'm not into, things that I'm into, I discovered a new show.
Oh, what show?
And it's a show that Mario and I are both equally into. So if you need like a
Oh.
co-ed show, this is a good one. It's called The New Look, and I think it's on Apple TV, but it's a historical fiction show. And, I'm all about that and how they recovered after it and how they kind of rose to the position that they are. And they're like so very different. Um, and it's really, really good.
Oh, I love World War II history. So
I
I
know
would
you do.
definitely be into that. Where did you say, what platform is it on?
I think it's on Apple TV, but
Oh, I don't
the
have
girl
Apple
from
TV.
what? Really?
I don't have Apple TV, and I'm so frustrated because every time I fly American, I watch the morning show because they have Apple TV on it. I just need to get it. Like I know it's like not expensive, and I need to just get it. But I watch the morning show season 2 every time I fly because they have
You
Apple
act like
TV.
there's just like no chance that you can have Apple
I
TV.
know, like
It's
I
like
want it.
$6.
I know I
You
want
act
it. I
like you
need to
act
get
like
it.
it's just like not even an option.
It's kind of fun when I know like I'm on the plane. I'm like, oh, I get to watch the morning show because they have Apple TV. But maybe you can send me your login.
Or maybe you can just
Maybe.
pay the $6 and have Apple TV.
I know for a fact I pay for our family's Netflix. Like, I know that I'm paying for someone's Netflix because our
Yeah,
family is so crazy.
you
Like,
were carrying our family on your back for
yeah,
Netflix.
like there were years at a time where I was paying for Hulu and Netflix. Like, no one wanted to make accounts. Our parents didn't want, they were like, hey, they texted me, hey, what's the password? I'm like, okay, this seems backwards. Like, you should have the password. You should have the account. We should be getting the password from you. Like, what is happening? And then all of a sudden, like, my Netflix is getting all fucked up with everyone's movies and Wynn's watching weird shows and everyone. And I was just like, I'm enough, enough. And then I actually think what happened is I had to cancel my card that was paying for all the subscriptions. And so I'm getting texts every couple weeks like,
The family
hey,
group text is blowing up. Like,
what's the
what's
Hulu? I'm
wrong with
like,
Netflix?
oh, your turn. And then I think for a while you had the Netflix.
Yeah, I
Like
was
there was a
carrying the
time where we
Netflix team.
shifted.
Yeah,
And
the
now
roles
I think I'm
reversed.
on Perry. So
I still don't think our family has a Netflix account
no, they
because I'm
don't.
on
Like mom and
Mario.
dad text all the time. They're like, anyone have the Netflix? I'm like, you should know it because you should have it in your
Get
name.
a Netflix. Well, all that to say, you should get an Apple TV because there are very good shows on Apple right now.
I want
Um,
to.
you would really like the show. It's really, really good. And the girl from Game of Thrones, like the young girl, not Joe Jonas's ex-wife,
Oh,
she
the younger
stars in it.
sister.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Love her. Don't know her
Yeah.
name, but love her.
Yeah, you know her face. But yeah, it's a
Yeah,
really good show. It
that's
just kind of talks it but yeah, it's a really good show. It focuses on like their journeys because I didn't realize this, but Chanel was like a Nazi sympathizer. Like she was sleeping with a lot of Nazis. And
what?
she was really just like trying to survive, and then Christian Dior was trying to survive in his own way, and it's really interesting. They release a new
Wow.
episode every Wednesday, and I kind of like that because it's nice not to just like binge and run through a show.
Yeah, I'm feeling that right now with The Bachelor. I'm so Oh, speaking of horrible things that happen, I'm so invested in The Bachelor. It's me, Perry, Hingeman, and Raina watch it religiously every week together. Like we don't miss a week. And Perry likes to call her family on speakerphone. Um, I don't know why, but like she was on the phone with her younger sister before I started watching
I
this
like to
week's.
talk on speakerphone, so I get
Okay, I do too, but not like in a group setting. Also, because our family's so unhinged, I can't have y'all on
it.
speaker. Like seriously, like there's been so many times where like I've had our family on speaker, and I'm like, oh, like I'm with so and so in the room listening. Um,
That is so true. There have been so many times where I've had to disconnect my phone off of Bluetooth in my car because I had
yeah, I'm
someone
like,
else
ah.
writing me.
And okay, this is a spoiler. If you aren't watching Bachelor, like skip forward a couple seconds. But Virginia Perry's talking to Virginia, and she's like, "Hey, we're about to start The Bachelor," and Virginia goes, "Oh, poor Maria." Before we even start the episode, who gets sent home? That it was like a huge, like it was a huge plot twist that she got sent home, and she was also my favorite person, like on the show. And I was just like jaw drop. Like we were about to press play on the Hulu, and I was like, I could drop kick
Also,
everyone
that's
in
like
this.
really mean of her to say that to Perry, who she didn't know if Perry had seen it or not.
I know. We literally said we are about to start The Bachelor. Like we're about to start this week's episode. So the episode was ruined, but also like I am watching it on Hulu because I do have a Hulu, and it comes out like a day later on Hulu than it does on like cable or like live TV, Hulu live TV. And so like all day Tuesday, I am like dodging spoilers left and right on TikTok. Like I can't even get on TikTok. So I kind of thought it was coming because of what I had seen as I'm like scrolling, but yeah, that was kind of a bummer. But that's what I'm really into right now.
Mm.
Like I do not miss a week of The Bachelor. Tuesday night, like we are locked into our couch watching the episode.
Yeah, I think more shows should follow that format and just do a weekly release because I like binging, but also like it just wastes a whole weekend and then you have nothing to look forward to.
Exactly. I totally agree. I haven't really been into any new shows other than The Bachelor. It's just hard for me to watch TV. What I did last night though, when I got in bed at 6:15, I was editing my Vegas YouTube vlog because I was really curious to see like what was on my camera after a weekend in Vegas because there are a lot of times where I was videoing and like had no recollection of that. And so I was putting my vlog together, and then that kind of sent me down a rabbit hole of like, oh, I should watch like my previous birthday vlogs on YouTube. And I'm watching my 23rd vlog in Hawaii, like in bed, 6:30, crying. I'm like, and in the vlog,
It's
I'm like,
honestly the most bird thing I've ever heard.
in the vlog, I'm like, I can't believe I'm 23. Like, I feel so old. I can't believe it. And I'm sitting here at 25 editing my 25th birthday vlog, and I'm like, where is the time gone?
Just wait till you turn 30.
Oh, I know. That's what we said in the vlog in Vegas. I was like, can you believe in 5 years I'll be 30? And like the next leap year I'll be 29. Just crazy.
Wow.
It's really crazy to think
Um,
about.
it is, it is. Well, I'm glad I got to catch up with you before you jet off to the family wedding. I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear how it goes.
Everyone keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I know this will come out after the wedding, so surely it'll be okay when you are listening to this, but I'm really excited, kind of nervous. But I hope you guys enjoyed our little chit-chatty episode. We just kind of wanted to come on here and talk. I feel like we've had a lot of, guests and things. So it's fun to just oh my god, I cannot talk.
Are you okay?
It is fun to just come on and chit chat and catch up because I really haven't talked to you in a while other than like work related stuff. So it is fun to hear
I
about what's going
know. I
on.
feel like the majority of our conversations during the week revolve around work, so it's nice to just have some sister catch up time and also thoughts and prayers for myself as I'm really suffering from a vitamin D deficiency over here. But yeah, I'm going to continue planning our New York trip. So I have that to look forward to, which I'm really excited about and which I'm really excited about. And if you know of any fun things happening at the end of the month in New York that we should check out, let me know.
Yeah, I know we have some New York listeners on here. So pull up. We see you guys in the analytics. So let us know what's
Yeah.
good. And also, I am going to have to run because I have a pool and a sunny day waiting
Oh
for
my God,
me and
I
I'm meeting a
hate
friend.
you. I'm going to kill you. I'm
I
going to
love you
come through
so
the screen
much.
and choke you.
This is why like people ask me, they're like, do you like, like not living like with like in Nashville with Alli? Like, do you think you'll move to Nashville? I'm like, I think it's good that we have a little bit of separation because the times where you do want to kill me, I am all the way on the West Coast.
Well, I really wanna kill you now because you're gonna be so tan and warm, but you know what? We're planning a trip to LA in May, which I'm really excited about.
I told Hinge Man that Mario wants to golf with him when you guys come, and he was like really excited about it.
I have a feeling we're gonna come to LA and Mario's gonna be like, "Oh, we never should have left," because, now he's a vegan and we've been missing the sun.
If you guys move again, don't tell me about it until you've lived there for 3 months plus, and then tell me that you've moved. Seriously, I cannot take it again. Like, I cannot.
Okay, I'll let you know.
But I'm excited to see you guys, and I hope you guys all enjoyed listening to this episode or watching it on our YouTube. Don't forget to go subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch our full episodes because they're all on there, and I think it's more fun. I love watching podcasts on YouTube.
Yeah, really excited to be on YouTube, and yeah, we have some great episodes coming up, which I'm excited about, and I hope everyone has a fabulous week.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.